Hello everyone, Leonardo Cornejo here with another video. Today I want to talk about something funny I experienced, not cute and funny, just funny. And it's about making sales. About making sales as a writer, my experience is don't spend money. Here's the thing. Um, I published my first books in 2018. I struggled to sell for years, several years. Had a really hard time selling, and I I had a whole year which I made no fucking sales. Other than writing, I live of being a translator, so that's where my income, right? Because I was making no sales, and in large part that was because I don't know how to advertise myself. I'm learning the ropes, I'm learning the basics. And in fact, I use this channel to advertise my books. I use Twitter, I used Facebook. And my experience is the paying for ad space is a terrible idea. Unless you are a large company, and even if you are a large company. Paying for ad space is the worst you can do to advertise right now. I spent money, waste money on advertising on Facebook, on advertising on Amazon. I made no sales from Facebook. No, let me correct that. I made one sale from Facebook. A few sales, like five, five at best, from Amazon. Most of my sales came from literally arguing with people online. I am not kidding. Most of my sales came from people noticing I exist because I ended up in an argument online and checking out who I am. I literally got one sale of bad mouthing Stephen King after he spoke of going to war with Russia over Ukraine. I threw an insult at him because I don't like the idea of sending American civilians. I'm not American, by the way. I'm Mexican. I don't like the idea of sending American civilians or even American soldiers, American citizens in general, to fight a war in another country, which is not really their business. And I threw an insult at him over that. And I got one sale. I got one sale from Canada after jokingly saying, and I find it really funny. The coincidence is really funny. After jokingly saying it would be crazy if Jordan B. Peterson, who is Canadian, that's where the funny part starts, endorsed my novels. Someone from Canada about it. I don't think it was. I don't think it would be, or it could be Jordan B. Peterson. I mean, I used his advice to improve my life, but I can't imagine him reading a fantasy novel about a wolf lolly. Seriously, I can't imagine this old man, this old psychologist reading it, endorsing it. That was the joke. I was joking about him endorsing a book I couldn't imagine him endorsing, and someone from Canada about it. Why? Because I mentioned Jordan B. Peterson, and someone found that interesting. That's the thing. Most of my sales come from interactions online on Twitter and on and a few on Discord. Actually, my biggest sales periods were one in which I got in an argument on Discord. Let's summarize it as another author invited me to a group, and then we got into an argument because, well, he likes trap dick and I don't like trap dick because I am straight, and he's one of those meta who went down the deep end and now prefer feminine penis over women because he hates women, and he began to get all body with a woman, ironically, and then that escalated into a fucking argument, and in the end I got a few sales from that. I didn't even think it could be possible. But I slowly realized, and basically the realization cemented after throwing that insult at Stephen King, that arguing with strangers online, talking shit about the strangers online, was getting me more sales than, and it was recent because it was when the war in Ukraine started. It got me more sales than being nice and polite and being civilized. civilized. So I basically said, well, I'm not going out of my way to seek conflict. I'm not going out of my way to seek arguments. But whenever I see someone that pisses me off, it's insult time. I won't hold back. That's the thing. I used to think. The thing is, I used to think being professional was a must. I had to look professional, act professional, be extremely polite, extremely friendly. Twitter changed that completely. In Twitter, I realized that the best way to get more sales and to gatekeep, that's another important thing, to gatekeep my project and prevent the kind of people who are now trying to destroy Rowling from entering my projects, from becoming my audience. I don't want them. I don't want people who will backstab you for your political opinion in a second. The best way to get rid of all those undesirable elements and at the same time get more sales is basically being very, how do I say it, vocal about my liking for certain things, including Lolly, especially Lolly, to the point of being annoying. I won't deny it. I know it might bother some people. I know some people might have unfollowed me not because they don't like me, not because they don't like Lolly, but because they don't want to get caught at the job looking at Lolly stuff. I know it might get someone somewhat annoying, but it's the best way to gatekeep such people who don't like it from entering from interacting with me, and at the same time arguing with people online. Those two things get me sales and gatekeep people I don't want. I mean, I really don't want the kind of audience Rowling built, which ended up stabbing her in the back when she disagreed with them, and when she stated something obvious and entirely logical and functional. I don't want them. I don't want that audience. So what do I do? Well, I am myself. I am open, obnoxiously open. To be honest, I won't say I am extremely likable when I say when I do that, but I am open about my views on feminism, on communism, on all that shit I detest, and I don't fake it. That's important to point out. I don't fake it. I don't say it to get readers, but my readers will come, and the readers I want will come when I express those views. When I end up in arguments online and they say, "Oh, this guy is based," and then they check and see my content and they decide to buy, unless they are Gab users, in which case they will say, "Oh, the fucker is Satan and he's a pedophile." In which case, it is an audience I don't want. It is the kind of people I don't want. Gab users are another demographic I don't want. So by basically being the most annoying and vocal version of myself, the most unrestrained and hostile version of myself, I have made more sales, and I don't recommend doing this because it will backfire eventually. Eventually, someone will unearth one of my tweets of my beginning and try to use it against me. Of course, I will say, yeah, I said that. I said that. I won't deny it. I never I never deny what I say. Sometimes I elaborate further, but I never deny. The thing is, I know someone will unearth it and it could affect me. That's why I don't recommend this tactic. But comparing it to paying for ad space. That's it. That's the important part. Comparing that to paying for ad space, it makes more sense. Paying for ad space was a waste of time, a waste of money, because I had to figure out how to write the proper advertising, and it didn't work. Another one I remember, because I decided to advertise on social media because of that, exactly, because ad space didn't work. Paying on Facebook for ad space was a waste of money. Paying on Amazon for ad space was a gamble. It didn't work. It wasn't good enough for me. It didn't get me enough sales. It didn't even, well, in the case of Amazon, it got me enough sales to recover the expenditure of the ad space. That's fucking useless. If I get even, that's fucking useless. On Facebook, I wasted money on ad space. Fucking Zuckerberg. I hate that guy. I don't think he's a robot. I don't think he's an alien or a reptilian, because, well, I don't think he's. I got evidence he isn't. He's a sociopath, and I hate him. On Twitter, I didn't pay for ad space. I just began to interact with the people I follow, people I like, the people whose content I like. Some of them even followed me back. People I really like, people I support, began to follow me back. And they began to support me too. That's important. There are people I feel indebted to. I mean, for example, one of the artists working on Blade Devil, Toxic Man Baby, I really feel indebted to him, because he supported me for a long while. Almost from the moment I began to interact with people on Twitter, from the moment I became active until he got banned, he supported me a lot more than I think I deserve. By Blade Devil. Seriously, buy it. Give it a chance. I'm trying to get to make more money for that purpose too. And another place I advertised at where I got no results was Reddit. Ironically, Reddit was the starting point to some extent, because I began to see it from the perspective of I got social media accounts. Why am I not advertising on them? And one of the places I really tried my best and it didn't work without spending money was Reddit. Over there, it didn't work because, well, people over there are imbeciles. And in large part, it had something to do with me ending in a beef with the admins of r slash fantasy, because, how do I say it? Because I said, I said anyone who thinks he has seen it all is an idiot. And from there, they banned me permanently because I didn't back down, because I didn't give in. I fucking hate the admins of r slash fantasy. I ended up banned and I lost a place. And everywhere I went, people didn't really like my work, to be honest. Then I realized the problem was them and not me. I advertised on other Facebook groups. I did get sales there without arguing, without picking fights. But I got banned from a few for talking poorly about George R. R. Martin, and I will stand for what I said. I'm a better writer than him. I know people will say like, "This is a fucking nobody." How could? In fact, they said that, and I am not a nobody. How could I say I'm better than him? Well, first of all, I already completed a. I already completed the main arcs of Echoes of Avlaan. The reason I haven't released the third book, which is basically the end, unless I decide to write more. But if I don't decide to write more, the third book is the end. I completed it already. It is ready to publish. All I need is the money to to pay the artist for the cover. Um, So I do have plans of finishing my projects instead of neglecting them. That's why I think makes me better than him. Another thing that makes me better than him is that I don't need to kill characters off to make a good story. I actually brag about that. I try to keep my kill count as low as possible. I try to not kill characters because I don't like that, and because I think a dead character is a missed opportunity in terms of plot. If I kill a character, it's because I decided that character won't be of use in the sequels. It won't be of use at any time. It is gone. My plan is, if I kill a character off, it is gone forever. Unless I decide to pull some necromancy because, well, fantasy allows it. But unless I decide to pull some necromancy for fun, the character is gone. And certainly, many characters I killed are gone. Well, some of them might return as spirits, but we all know it's not the same. It's not the same because, well, Star Wars did it. I mean, that part at the end with all these Force ghosts is not the same as if they were there. mm, I really think I am a better writer than George R. R. Martin for several reasons, and none of which is the composition or the grammar, because I'm not a native English speaker. Other than that, I am better than him in all senses. And I am healthier and nicer with people because I am not a fucking Democrat. I'm a Mexican. We don't even have a Democrat party here. And I'm not a leftist. Fuck Morena. Fuck Lopez Obrador. Serious, I hate them. I hate local politicians in general. The thing is, as I was saying, I got into arguments with people over me saying that, and on Facebook it didn't went well. To be honest, Facebook was the worst place for advertising to me. Of all the places on social media, I did try, because I didn't even try with Instagram. I don't use Instagram. Um, uh, mm, of all the places I used for advertising my novels, Facebook was the worst, and I waste the money on ad space. I actually considered buying ad space on more traditional places, but I realized no, this won't sell in my country. First of all, it is in English. Well, I translated it to Spanish, but long story short, it didn't get any sales. First of all, it is in English. And second, the people here are illiterate. There is a reason why the Spanish edition is getting no sales, is because people here are fucking illiterate. No joke. They complain. Something funny about Mexicans is that they complain about people pointing at their low literacy levels, but at the same time, they complain about them. And they mention it in news reports and everywhere. Don't you dare say Mexicans don't read books? But all Mexicans complain about how Mexicans don't read books. I mean, don't you dare saying it? If you are selling a book, if you are a writer, it's like taboo, pointing at the fact that there is no reason to translate books in Spanish because people in Latin America and Mexico don't read books, and the most literate people already know English. I was called malinchista, which basically means you hate your own people, for saying that. That the only ones who are literate enough to read my book already know English or are on their way to learn. Fuck that shit. I have wasted money and time on attempts at making sales elsewhere. I have gotten sales from here, from YouTube, from my channel. I have gotten sales from Twitter. I have gotten sales from Discord, and that's where I move around now to make sales. That's where I advertise now. Because anywhere else I tried, it's worthless. And I am not going to advertise on Twitter, and I am not going to advertise on Instagram, because it pisses me off. I mean, what would I advertise on Instagram? I got only 4 books available for sale right now. You have seen the covers in one of my videos. In one of my videos there is the covers of the 4 books. I got 4 books for sale. I would have, and I will only do it if I get, let's go for a challenge. If I get 1,000 subscribers here, I will start advertising on Instagram. Why? Because I know it won't happen. That's why I'm making that challenge. Because I know it won't happen. Because I know I won't get the 1,000 subscribers, and I want to start advertising on Instagram. And what would I do? It would be a waste of time and energy. Why? Because I will need to open an account and then start uploading advertising pictures. I got only 4 books to advertise. People will see it. Go away. Never see it again, and there will be only 4 posts on that Instagram account, and the face of Rua, which is a symbol of me now, right now, a symbol of my brand, on the profile picture. And that's it. I don't even know how to use it because beyond that. I won't make any sales over there, and people tell me, go to Instagram, advertise there, because people are now using Instagram more. The youth are using Instagram, and yes, that's true. Teenagers are part of my target demographic. The part I don't expect to interact with on Twitter. That's why I don't care about sharing offensive stuff over there. But I mean, my target demographic basically is shonen, shonen readers. If you like The Rising of the Shield Hero, that's one of the things I say, you will like this. So basically my target demographic is that, a bunch of nerds ages, don't know, 13 and up, 13 to 20. But I don't think they will notice it over there. I don't think the kind of people on Instagram will be interested in it. And I don't have the patience to set all those stupid hashtags or whatever, and I don't have the patience for Instagram. And TikTok, no way. I once heard, because I interact with other writers, I once talked to a writer who advised using TikTok. Fuck that shit. I am not going to even install that app. I'm not going to use that Chinese spyware on my phone. I won't use that Chinese spyware on my phone. I won't upload on the on my PC. I don't use TikTok. I don't want to use it. I won't touch it. So no, I'm advertising where I get sales. I said, if I get 1,000 subscribers here, I go to Instagram. 1,000 subscribers or 1,000 total sales on my books. I will start advertising on Instagram. Let's set that challenge. Let's set that challenge to make people force me annoyingly to hold on to use Instagram. Well, that's it for today, because I said what I had to say, and the cat doesn't have patience. She hears my voice and starts calling for me. So that's it. Have a nice one.
Steel and Flame, Book 1 of the Guilds of Avlaan series is available on Amazon. If you like fluffy world-building protagonists and Japanese light novels, follow the link below to check it out.